He ain't gonna like my language, but I'm about to tell y'all how well I have my husband trained. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. If you got a couple of minutes, man, I just experienced some crazy stuff.
You ain't got me trained, nigga. What the fuck wrong?
Alright, he said that I don't have him trained, but let me tell you the story. You tell me. And you can use whatever pretty language you feel comfortable with. He went to go get something to eat for everyone in the house but me. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, he comes over and he's like, you want some fries? And I'm using my logical deductive brain. And I'm like, he would be offering me fries if there were actual fries. If there were actual fries for me. So I was like, I want to confirm that there's no food for me. And he was like, no, you don't like what I brought. I was like, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to confirm there's no food for me. And he was like, you don't even like McDonald's. And I said, okay. And he said, you can't even eat this stuff anymore. The other day you said you were throwing it up. And I said, okay. And he said, what do you want? And I said, I don't really want anything. I just wanted to confirm that there was no food for me. And he said, you said that you don't even have an appetite anyway. And I said, okay. And he said, why do you keep saying okay? And I said, because it's okay. I was like, you're expecting me to argue with you, but I have no argument. I just wanted to confirm that there was no food for me, so I'm not expecting any food. And he's like, I was like, you're expecting me to argue, but I don't want to argue. That's an unnecessary argument. And then he comes over and offers me some more fries. And I'm like, I'm not really that hungry. And he responds to me like in the past when I say I'm not really hungry and I'm saying it because I'm being ornery versus I'm really sitting over here hungry, but I ain't gonna eat your goddamn fries. So that's what he thinks what I'm doing. And I'm like, no, I'm not really hungry. The little handful you gave me pretty much satisfied any hunger. It's good. He goes back over there and does a little grumble again. And then he comes back and he offers me some soda. And he's like, I know you want some of this. And I'm like, yeah, not really. I'm good. But he's responding to me like I have an attitude about it, and I have zero attitude about it. I could care less. I'm not really that hungry. I just was confirming that what I thought to be true is true. But that's the training that he says that he's not trained. He's so used to arguing with me that he already had his arguments. He literally had an argument with himself. Like, this nigga argued with himself. And I'm sitting here, he said he didn't argue with himself, but I just explained it to you. I did not do anything but say okay to validate him that I heard him. I didn't say any type of rebuttal, but he was rebutting like a mug. Yes. Plus your beef ain't legit, so please stay off the TIP of my dick. Y'all, Luda ate that verse. And me and Dre was sitting here talking, and it's like T.I. pulled up. That was T.I.P. back then. He pulled up on Luda thinking Luda was a punk because he made that fun music. And I don't know if he ain't heard about Luda. Maybe Luda ain't got no reputation in the street. But per the myth of the man, T.I.P. does. So T.I.P. pulled up on Luda like, yeah, I got beef. And Luda said, oh. He ate his whole life. Like, I'm surprised. He ate the P off a tip. That's why the nigga's T.I. now, because the verse was so thorough. And that verse doesn't get talked about enough. What y'all think? Did Luda eat? Should it go down with Hit 'Em Up? What's the best diss track ever, babe?
Ether for me.
Ether? Yeah. Better than Hit 'Em Up?
Tupac would have been the world's greatest shit. That's where you started this track.
First off.
Yeah, but if he was first off, fuck your
Yeah.
That's where you started this track. But if he would have been on there by himself without them other dudes,
yeah,
then that would have been the hardest shit ever.
But he was trying to let everybody eat.
Yeah, he didn't let the little outlaw dudes get on the track with him. See, Nas didn't do that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Nas ate that motherfucking shit all the way through.
All the way through. We should go listen to that.
That Ether was hard.
Pull it up, babe.
He called in there, he was like, live.
Damn, yeah, Nas 8. See, look, I tried to be loyal to my Pac, Hit 'Em Up, because when I heard that the first time, I was just like, my God, my mind is blown. So
That's the way he started off that shit.
first off, you
Fuck your
in the
bitch and
click
the
you
click you
claim, West Side. Man.
Pac killed that shit.
Yeah, it was.
You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys. Niggas fuck for life.
Yes. Weak heart, nigga. Yeah, he.
Claim how many hearts are ripping.
Lil' Kim.
Mafia, some mark ass bitches.
Yeah, he ate, and so I just gotta give credit where credit is due, and Ether is equal to Hit 'Em Up for me. I can't put it above, but Ether is equal to Hit 'Em Up. And maybe it's because I have an emotional attachment to Hit 'Em Up, and I can respect Ether for what it is, but Hit 'Em Up gets that little edge because of my emotional attachment. Pay attention to that. We make judgments based off of emotional attachments instead of logic. Logically, Hit 'Em Up still, you know. Now, he gotta read the lyrics. Jay-Z. Yeah, I was thinking this too, but from what I'm experiencing is, and Amber, jump in here, because I don't know, this is just what I'm experiencing with the full-on belief that I jump timelines. And what I'm experiencing is I have the same husband. Well, no, there's certain things that are different about him too that weren't before. But it's so hard to trace back when this all started. I would know when I became aware that I jumped, but I don't know when I actually jumped. I know around June or July, I sat up out of my sleep and I said, I'm gonna change my life. Like, I literally sat up in the bed, dead out of sleep, and said, I'm gonna change my life. And I started doing the work to change my life. And somewhere between June and today, I jumped because I was actively trying to jump. And the Lonnie that I wanted to jump into exhibits a lot of the characteristics, I don't know, that I exhibit today. And like I showed you in the video where I was showing you all the notes on my walls, like literally, the Lonnie that I am today, like, is so in love with her family. Like that conversation I had with Dre about not getting me no food, at the bare minimum, I would have got on his head just to get on his head. But I don't even like going back and forth with him like that no more. Like, he tried to get on my head, and I try to be cool because I remember that's how we connected before. We connected because we gonna run each other. And you'll see, and when I post older videos, we're getting at each other. And that's cool, there's nothing wrong with it. But I wanna love, you know? But I still have things I'm working through because I'm a human being who's been battle tested, and you know, I got my scars. But I wanna love, and so I'm trying, because I believe he's the same old Dre, to answer your question. I feel like it's the same old Dre, but I'm new. And he's looking at me like I'm crazy. And my kids are looking at me like I'm crazy. And my stepkids are looking at me like I'm crazy. And no one can really trust me because they're like, how did you make a complete 180? And any change I've tried to make in the past never lasted longer than a week or two. I've documented this shit to be via video, so I can go down to the specific day that all this happened. It's probably when I made that video asking you guys if you mind if I switch from my family content to me sitting in front of the video camera talking to y'all. I don't know if we leave an empty spot or somebody jumps in our spot in the other timeline, I don't know. But I wasn't worried about my family because when I jumped, I manifested. I asked for the family that I had in the other timeline. And I'm very pleased with my husband. Like, I have some old coding that I have to get rid of, but I'm very